I feel like one of the worst things that happens to a lot of us every once in a while is just getting into a rut. Have you ever been in a rut? Because Jesus Christ, it is honestly, it's the worst. I was recently in a rut, last week or a couple of weeks ago, and it was awful. Nothing truly important was getting done. I felt like directionless. I felt aimless. I felt lost. I didn't have a reason to get up out of bed. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what to do. So this video is going to talk about ways to kind of get over the rut as quickly as possible. But I need to preface, when I say quickly, I don't mean, all right, after this, you're good. Like, you're never going to have a rut again in the rest of your life. That's not how it works. But what you need to understand before we go through anything in this video is that getting out of a rut, it takes time. For this past one I just had, it took me about a week and a half to fully get out of it, in terms of like getting back to where I was previously in terms of feeling physical, mental, and emotional. I'm back to where I was. So if this is where I was before, that's where I was before. This is where I was during my rut. There was a big difference. It took that length amount of time to build up back to that point. So I'm going to teach you today what I did to get out of it, I guess, that fast. Hello everyone, I'm Jonathan Aquino, and I'll teach the next generation. So the first thing that I would do, and that I did, was to utilize the do something principle. It's as simple as that sentence is. Do something. You have to start small. Start small and build up momentum so that you can start doing other things that are more productive that you need to do. So when I got up in the morning, I would, turn on the PC, boot up the business stuff, and then do a little bit of business work. Some of the easy stuff that I have to do, like profit numbers, numbers in general, repricing, like these small things that would go, okay, so while that's going, what do I do? Oh, I could probably open up the Google Drive and then open up the scripts and then try and record something. And I was like, that's open up. And it just eventually my brain would process. So we're doing something. Let's try and keep this momentum going so that we can continue and do something productive. So while being in this rut, I still was able to create videos. I still was able to complete a lot of business work. Now, granted, was it even 50% of what I could have done? No, it was maybe 20 or 30% of what I could have done. The biggest thing is to reward yourself for these small wins. I only recorded, I don't know, maybe 10 videos when I usually, in that time frame, I could record 30. But I still did something. I still felt like I still had accomplished something. So I still gave myself, a reward. I rewarded myself for small wins. That was a weird sentence. For small wins, I gave myself credit. Any progress is good progress. If you're going forward, you're building momentum, you're advancing in career, your life in general, getting out of this rut, give yourself credit. It reinforces that belief of like, all right, we're doing something good. Keep it going. We're going to keep working hard. And we're just going to keep doing everything, because for the most part, your brain it needs to be rewarded to stay engaged. If you're not giving yourself credit, you're not rewarding it in any like healthy manner, it doesn't want to continue doing it. It only will go up to a certain point without a reward. If you get a reward, for example, positive reinforcement from yourself or some from your peers and such, it'll go, oh shit, dude, we're getting some shit done. Maybe we do continue this. I think we'll continue. That's kind of what the brain will say. Is like, oh, okay, so no reinforcement, all right, fuck yourself. That's kind of how it is, pretty much. Just making sure at least give yourself credit when you are completing the smaller tasks. And then finally what I did was I did this with progressive overload. So some of you may know already, but some of you may not be in the gym the whole time. Progressive overload is just over time increasing how much you do. So for the gym, 1 week you may do, for example, just 45 pounds. And then the following week you would try 50. And then the following week you would try 55, and then so on and so forth. For the here, kind of the same principle applies, where on the first day, I just did scripts for these videos. Then the next day I recorded 1. Then the next day 2, and then 3, and so on and so forth. Like that's kind of how it worked for me. So whatever your tasks are, make sure they're small and manageable for you to do during this time. I honestly would just avoid anything that evolves your like maximum potential, because you may not be able to do it or have the willpower yet to do it to the best of your ability per se. So like I could do 1 to 3 videos, but if I tried to do 5 in a day, I probably wouldn't be able to, because that seemed like a unsurmountable, number for me at that time. Nowadays at 5 is like, all right, let's get it. But a couple days ago, I probably 3 is my limit, and that's as far as you're getting. So it takes time to build this up. It takes time to improve, but if you continue to follow these steps, you should be able to get that enough positive momentum to get yourself out of it. And there's honestly no better feeling than getting yourself out of a rut, because the rut, it's a really rough place, and it's always awful to be in there. But once you're out, you're good, you get back into it, you start grinding. It's great. Another tip that I personally didn't do is you could also seek out support or accountability from your friends or close business partners and such, just to help you as well, to keep you, motivated and such. Not dickheads, but, helpful people that you look up to and respect and such. Not, some asshole friends who just want the worst out of you, okay? But otherwise, that's kind of everything that I did in general. I hope you took away something from this. If you want to know more about time management in general, there's a link in the description below for our coaching package. But otherwise, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day.